have to make a confession, is that I asked Sandy to put this in the mix because of today's Torah portion. Because it fits. Because they're at the door. They're right at the door of getting ready to cross into the Jordan, across the Jordan into the promised land. And it's the last few days of Moses' life. And they're going to be led into the promised land by Joshua. And I think that we're sitting here on the precipice in a very short time for the time of Yeshua returning. And I'm telling you, I don't know about you guys, but would you agree with me that you feel like that there's just this tug going on? Do you feel that spiritually? There's this tug that's saying it's almost time. It's almost time. And I know there's certain events that still need to occur, but we're like right on the precipice. Do you ever okay, let me just put this picture in your mind. Anybody drive through the mountains before? And you know that as you're coming up this windy road and it's getting up towards the top of the mountain, you know that as soon as you get to the top of the mountain, you're going to look out and be able to see a long ways. Or, better yet, hike up the mountain. No, I see some. I'm not hiking up any mountain. But literally, I remember a time that Sandy and we were up in Colorado, and Sandy's always like, let's find a place, a path that's not a path. Let's go off trail and go find a place.
It's no fun to be on trail.
And so we were in Colorado. And I guess Jonathan was with us at the time. Do you remember that, Sandy? And we went up this path. It was like a white spot in the road, and we said we're just going to go up there. There was maybe like a sign saying there's such and such lake at the top. And we hiked up the side of this mountain in Colorado, and we got up there to the top, and there was this beautiful, placid lake. I mean, I'm telling you, you could see your reflection in it. There was no wind. It was so still. It was just a beautiful mountain day. It was a little cool because you were up there on the mountaintop. And then we said, wait, there's still a little bit more to go. And so we went around the side of the lake and we went up just a little bit higher elevation, and we could see for miles. We could see it. It was there. Our vision was opened up. Guys, I think we're in that time that our vision is opening up. Yep. I don't want you to get stuck in the flatlands. Come on. Okay? I don't want you to get stuck in the valleys. And some of y'all that are online, you're living in places where there's trees and hills and stuff, and you can't even see the horizon. But I'm telling you, there's a mountain that we're climbing. Hey. And I think we're almost to that precipice. Yep. Don't you think that was the way with Israel? When they're like, it's been 40 years. It's been 40 years. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? There was a day, do you realize that it was in this Torah portion that the manna was cut off? Because they're going into the land. And so, anyway.
I'm ready.
Daniel opened up the book of Jeremiah, and he read that 70 years would be their captivity. And he's like, wait a minute. When did we go into captivity? I was there. That was 70 years ago. Think about that. What do you think Daniel is thinking? It's like, it's time. It's time to go home. So, it could be, Next year, it could be the year after that. And then you'll think, oh, could it be 2 years from now? Could it be 6 years from now? I don't know. But I'm saying, when we keep things in perspective, how are you going to live?
Yeah.
How do we live? Because here's the other thing. I know some people say, you know what, this Bible prophecy stuff and the things of the end times and all this, I really don't want to know about. I just don't care about. Well, I'm going to say this. Then live like it's tomorrow.
Right.
Live like Yeshua is going to be returning. Live like you want to be in the assembly of Philadelphia that doesn't go through the trials and tribulation of the end time. Live like you're going to be preserved from that trial. Live a lifestyle like that. And then don't worry about it. Just live like it's ready. You're ready to go into the land. Yeah, Joy.
I feel like I was going to say, since you said that, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reference what Sandy taught in Torah about vows and how the husband is the one that takes the brunt. If she says something she's not supposed to, then he covers her. And I just think of us being the beautiful bride and these songs that she sang today. Thank you, Yeshua, for the blood. If it weren't for that, we wouldn't have that cover.
That's right.
And then washed as white as snow for the Lamb. I mean, our God loves us so much that I don't think we even know the anthem, how much he loves us. We need to get that in us. And so, I'm sorry. And so with that being said, what you said, we need to live like that. We need to live like he loves us, and that it is almost time, and so that we can be that beautiful bride and not have that stain on our garment when we come to the bridal chamber. So anyway.
That's good.
That's really good. That's a really good way. Because, that's a really good way to say it. Thank you, Joy. So many people live in fear of the things to come, and we should be living.
Shake it off.
We should be living not in fear,
That's right.
but because of our love for him. What makes us live differently? If we have the Most High that we're to be married to, is that enough?
Yeah.
Should we? Because honestly, if we had the fear of Yah in us, we would live in such a way that we would understand that we might not be the bride. We might be a wedding guest. We might not be the 5 virgins that walk in through the door and the door's closed behind us. We might be the 5 virgins that are left outside because some of our oil was empty. We didn't have enough for our lamps.
Just because you want it doesn't mean that it's just going to be there.
Just because you want it.
You have to have action.
And that's so true. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, and we're saying this because we know this and we understand, but I'm encouraging us today to understand that love makes us want to keep the oil full.
Yes.
And we don't want that oil tainted, because that oil will not be good enough. Right. It won't have the light that we need. Right. So if we say, well, I'm under the blood of Yeshua, I'm under grace, then guess what? We've already missed it.
Much more.
Because that's what the Torah tells us. Right. The Torah gives us the protocol of the bride. How does the bride show herself bright for her? Right? And for him. So let me